Hey guys, it's Theron. Today's my second video. Um, I'm actually kind of excited. I got a little motivation. Yeah, I'm excited. Today's my second video. Um, Listen, God, listen. So I told y'all in my first video, there's a lot of stuff that I could talk about. Um, it's just a matter of how I want to approach a lot of subjects, because, like I said, I want to be intentional and I want to be kind. Um, yeah, listen, I was just talking with somebody and we were talking about children and what we expect of kids. Um, Look, well, so yeah, I'm a coffee drinker. I drink a lot of coffee, and it's still morning here. It's mid morning. So yeah, you'll probably see if I'm shooting a video in the morning, you'll probably see a cup of coffee. That's just what it's gonna be. So get used to the cup of coffee. I got to take a sip on this one and it's windy here again, as y'all can see. Um, it's very windy. It's been windy the past couple of days. Very windy. Um, so yeah, y'all, I'll try to speak um, a little louder just in case, because I don't want my video to come out trash. Actually, I want y'all to be able to hear me, um, because I am going to be talking about some very important um, topics to me, and they should be important to everyday people like me. But listen, what we expect of kids, and when I say kids, I mean kids of all ages. Um, to me, children aren't really. I don't really consider grown people until maybe the age of, I don't know, 25. I know we want to make them grown people because they can move about society like grown people. They can do certain things that grown people can do, but mentally it doesn't really make them it doesn't make them adults. It doesn't make them grown people. And listen, I know some of my words that I might use. I'm the, I'm not a city guy. I'm not a city guy. I'm a country guy at heart. Country born and raised. So a lot of my words, a lot of my slang, and I'm a Florida guy. So a lot of my slang, y'all might be like, what the hell? But I'm a country guy. So a lot of my slang, um, I don't speak any kind of way, but some of my word choices, some of my go-to words, y'all might think, depending on where you're from, um, this dude is country. Yeah, I am. I am a little country, and that's me. Uh, Take it or leave it. That's me. But listen, what we expect of kids. Um, I talk with a lot of people about this subject. Don't expect anything of kids that you haven't taught them. One more time for the people in the back. Don't expect anything of your children spectacular that you haven't taught them. Your children only really know what you teach them or what you tell them. You can't expect your children to do or know anything that you haven't taught them. Is that common sense? To me, it's common sense. Like, I wouldn't expect my children to know how to build a house if I haven't taught them or they haven't had the proper education to know how to build a house. I wouldn't expect my children to know how to properly clean up behind themselves, or to properly clean a house, or to properly keep a house. And that goes for male or female. If I haven't properly taught them, if I only just raised my children to live in a home because I did all the cleaning up behind them for all of their young years coming up, I never really put that into them. I only kept a home around them. I shouldn't be surprised if when they reach a certain age that they don't know how to properly keep a home, that they're only just existing in a home. And when I go to their home, it's a mess. I didn't really teach them that. I just kept a home around them. Guys, don't expect anything of your children that you haven't taught them, that you haven't intentionally taught them. Children only really know what you put into them, and they are really, sadly, they're only really truly going to be at their core what you put there. When I say at their core, I mean, you can raise a child in a hostile environment, in a drug-infested environment, in the perfect home. You can go on both ends of the spectrum, really. You can raise them in the best home. You can raise them in the worst home. And they can grow up to be spectacular things or not. It goes for both ends of the spectrum. But at their core, who they are, their core values, their core, who they are as a person in their heart, the person that they are, how they show up in the world when you aren't there, when you aren't watching, when nobody's watching, that only comes, that part of them comes from you as a parent. Why do you think you see so many successful people on a decline at a certain stage in their life? All of their skeletons come out to play because they were successful in obtaining an education and obtaining a really, really good job and building the biggest house and driving the fanciest cars. But they were really trash as a person. They probably did some horrible things when nobody was watching. The core of who your children are depends on you. Depends on what you put there or not. So don't be surprised when they reach a certain age where you can no longer dictate what they do or don't do. Don't be surprised if they show you who they are. You should look at yourself, the core of the person. You should look at yourself and ask yourself, what did you put there or not? Did I not put something there, or did I put something there to create this person that's standing in front of me? Listen, it comes down to the simplest of things to me. It comes down to the very simplest of things to me. I ain't gonna say any names, but I'm gonna give y'all a very good example of what I'm talking about. I have a whole slew of examples. I'm just give y'all a very basic one, okay? And I ain't gonna say no names. I know this person. I'm just gonna say it's hypothetical. It's true, but I'm gonna say hypothetically as an example. Hypothetically as an example, but it's true. It's a true story. I know this person, well, this couple that has children. Not bad children, not bad children. Remember I said this, it comes down to the simplest of things. Children aren't bad. They're just kids. They're kids. Kids are gonna, like I said in the last video, people are gonna people. Children are gonna children. Children are gonna do things that you don't like. Sometimes they're gonna do things that make you proud, and sometimes they're not, because they're kids. They don't know any better. You have to teach them better, and then they learn their lesson and they do better. That's me speaking with my own common sense. Okay. So this couple has kids and they're raising their kids. Children aren't bad children. They're just children. But one parent allows for anything to go, really. Nothing extreme, nothing extreme. But one parent allows for anything to go. And the other parent, well, hell, they allow for anything to go too. But the parents aren't on the same page when it comes to what we're going to allow and what we're not going to allow. It's a very complex subject. I might speak in layers on it, but it's a complex subject to speak on. But the basics of it, the basis and the basics of it, they allow the children to kind of eat what they want, when they want, how they want, whatever they want. When I was coming up, call me old school. When I was coming up, we couldn't just go in the fridge. Like, we couldn't just go in the fridge and grab whatever we wanted to grab whatever we wanted to out of the freezer. We had to ask. we actually had to ask for what we wanted. I don't really see an issue with that, because maybe it's something that I don't want my children to have that's in my refrigerator right now. Maybe because it might spoil their dinner. Or maybe you've had enough for today. So, no, I don't want you to have, no, you can't have it. When we were coming up, we had to actually ask for what we wanted out of the fridge. We couldn't just go into the refrigerator. I don't know how many people can relate to that. But now children, children, I ain't gonna say all children, but some children in some households, they just go in and get whatever they want, however much they want, whenever they want, how often they want it. And so you've allowed this for so many years. You've allowed your children to go in and get what they want, however they want it. I think it's a new thing with some adults wanting to treat children or instill responsibility in their kids, but that's not the way that you do it. It's a tangled web. That's not the way that you instill responsibility in your children. So after years of allowing them to go in the fridge and get whatever they want, they still do it. But guess what? Now it's changed a little. It's flipped on its head. Now they go in the fridge and get whatever they want, however much they want, even if they eat it all from everybody else. That same child or those same children, ain't none for you either. It ain't none for my brother. It ain't none for my sister. Like, I done ate it all and I want some more. But now you take issue with something that you've allowed for so many years to happen under your roof. And now you have a problem with it. Listen, kids don't learn that way. Kids are very simple creatures. Like, again, they only know what you put there. And to me, this is my opinion, kids only know what you teach them. And if you've allowed them to do something for so long, and now all of a sudden you take issue with what they do that you've been allowing for so long, the problem isn't the children. The problem is you. It's not the kids, it's you. You're the problem. And you should self-examine yourself in how you've come about raising them. The problem is you. I have so many examples, but I feel like I probably be telling people business, but I ain't putting no names. Like I said, it's a true story, but we just gonna say it's hypothetical. But it's a true story. But like the crux of it, like children only know what you teach them. All they don't learn from the streets, and usually it's not good what they get from the streets. Yeah, you can learn from the streets, but it's probably usually not good. It's not like home raising. If you really truly have good intentions by raising your children up right, just don't expect anything from kids that you haven't put there. I think that is that's a sickness in itself, especially in our households as Black people. It seems like we put these standards on kids after some of us, and I'm not talking about all of us. If I say we, just know that I'm not speaking on all of us, because I'm sure it's in multiple race, all different races, but I've only ever predominantly been around Black people. Like, it's almost like we put this standard on our kids that we have never sought them up for in order to sustain such a standard. No different than finances. Like we set our kids up in a not so financially literate household, not really teaching your children about finances and the responsibilities about finances and their money, the importance of saving your money, the importance of putting back a dollar. And when they become of age to handle their own money, we expect them to know how to handle money. No, it doesn't go like that. No, it absolutely doesn't go like that. Like, you've set you've put a standard, you've imposed, that's the word I should use, you've imposed a standard on your child that you have never taught them yourself. If they happen to just gain a little common sense, or maybe get it from someone else, like, kudos to them, but it's nothing that you put there. Credit, like you've never taught them anything about credit. I guess that's why, like, I've never understood in our schools some of the most important things that you're really truly gonna need in a lifetime, schools don't teach, like finances and how to balance a checkbook and how to put back a dollar and why it's important to put back a dollar. Like we don't teach our children that. And then all of a sudden when they get grown, they're just all of a sudden supposed to know. I don't understand the logic in that. They don't just automatically know. They're gonna go do what everybody else is doing, what they see people doing, spending up all their money trying to live like the Joneses. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. And they're gonna have a dollar to their name. That's what they're gonna do. And you shouldn't be mad at them if that's not anything that you never taught them. Only my opinion. Only my opinion. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's like a never-ending cycle of, and it starts with small stuff, just like what I just spoke about. Just allowing them to do certain things, and then all of a sudden you have a problem with it. Like, don't allow your children to do certain things that you know wouldn't fly when they're out in the real world. It won't fly out there, so why not set them up for success? Why not set them up for success? If you know your child steal and they got a little sticky finger and they steal, you know they steal, but they ain't been caught yet. But maybe one day when you're not around, or you're gone, or whatever the case may be, if they're of age to go out and venture out into the world on their own, and they still got sticky fingers, and they just might get caught. It's been okay up until now. You just mad because they got caught. Still the same person. Is something that you allowed, and that's an extreme case. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as an example. Don't set your kids up for failure. God, we do this as a perpetual cycle with our kids. Some of us, not all of us, some of us. We set them up for failure, and then we expect things of them, something of them that we've never really put there. That don't even add up. It doesn't add up. 2 + 2 is going to always equal 4, no matter how you flip the numbers. Right? Yeah. It's sad. And it was kind of on my heart this morning because I've had multiple conversations about things like this. And it's sad. It's sad to see the cycle, and the cycle repeats itself over and over again. Yeah. I know parenting doesn't come with a handbook, but I think most of us know right from wrong. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, we know right from wrong. That's what I think. And that's only my opinion. We know right from wrong. So why not teach our kids right from wrong and what's expected of them when they're not around you? Why not? You want them to go and venture out into the real world where you're not there to protect them anymore. And then they do something stupid, and then they have to spend the rest of their lives paying for something stupid that could have been prevented if you just only took the time to explain to them and teach them and talk to them about right and wrong, or set rules upon them that they can follow, so they have structure. But children need structure. I know some people don't think it, but children absolutely need structure. Children need schedules. Children need structure. Children need parents. They don't need any more friends. They got friends in the neighborhood. They got friends at school. They got friends when they go to the basketball game, when they go to the park. They don't need any more friends. Children need parents, and parents that are gonna teach them the right things to do and the right way to be. That's what children need. I always say it's funny when I say it, sometimes, but it's not in a joking manner that I think about it. It's in a really sad manner that I think about it. Think about it like this. If we're raising and creating children to be in a way that's not conducive to society, in any way, not even conducive to family, not conducive to even themselves, just destruction of themselves. If we're creating this, remember, these are the same people that have to take care of you when you can no longer take care of yourself, when you can't do the simplest of things for yourself. If you're blessed enough to still be living and breathing and moving about the earth, moving about your own home still, these are the same people that have to take care of you. And they have to see that things get done for you because you can no longer do it for yourself. These are the same people that you're expecting to do all of these things. Ask yourself what that would look like if you had to put your children in that kind of position today. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, I can go get in a car accident today, and like, God forbid, like, anything can happen at any time. Like, if your children had to be in those kinds of situations or positions to see to you being okay and living out your days, what would that look like with what you've put in them? What would it look like? Ask yourself that. And use that. Go from there with that. See what that would look like. Yeah, it's already been about 30 minutes. I don't plan on creating a channel of hour-long videos. They're really just thoughts and perspectives of my own that I have to get out sometimes. And I hope it didn't seem like it was all over the place. Recording is kind of a new thing to me, so I pray that the more I do it, the better it will be. Yeah. So just my thoughts and opinions on certain things, and that's kind of what this channel is going to be, my thoughts and opinions on certain things. And I welcome people to agree with me, and I welcome people to disagree with me. Matters to me not. Everybody has an opinion, and they're welcome to have one. Yeah. Again, my name is Theron. I'm from Florida. I'm a 41-year-old black man living in Florida, who just wants to speak on certain things, and hopefully gain a couple friends along the way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe. If you find any of my perspectives interesting, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I don't want to draw it, and it's about 30 minutes right now. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Again, I'm gonna try to create some kind of a routine, but I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.